We're all really enjoying our holiday so far. There's such a lot to do at the seaside. But the thing that Tiddler likes doing best of all is just messing around on the beach.
Are you writing about my sandcastle, Marjorie?
I'm just about to, Tiddler. It really is lovely.
Oh, thank you. I've really enjoyed building it. There's just one more tower to go on this corner, and then it's finished. Now, we turn this upside down, there, and then lift it off, and it's the right way up. There. I think I'll call it Riddleton Castle.
And very impressive it is too.
Not bad, Tiddleup, not bad. But if you want to see a proper castle, look over here. What I always say is, if you want to build yourself a decent castle, get yourself a decent bucket.
Gosh, Mossop, that's wonderful.
That's the biggest sandcastle I've ever seen.
Yes, not bad, is it? Castle Mossop, this is. Home of the bravest knight of them all, Sir Mossop the Boiled. Sir Bossop the Moiled.
Who?
Sir Bashop the Mild. Bold, that's what I mean to say. Sir Mossop the Bold. Aha! Have it, you varlets. Oh, yes, I can see him now. A knight in shining armour, defending his castle against all his enemies, riding off into battle on his shining white horse.
Well, you've got the castle all right, but I don't see any horses about,
He
Mossop.
couldn't ride one if he had one, Mr. Grimley.
I could too, Tiddleup. If there was only one round here, I'd prove it to you.
Oh, now wait, I saw some donkeys further down the beach.
Donkeys, Marjorie? The brave Sir Mossop does never ride donkeys.
Well, I'd like to have a try. Can anyone ride on them, Marjorie?
Well, of course, as long as you pay. Shall I treat you?
Ah, yes, please.
What about you, Mossop?
Certainly not. It would be beneath my dignity to be seen riding a donkey.
Oh, go on, Mossop. I'd love to see how well you can ride.
Well, since you put it like that, Tiddleup, it would probably be quite an educational experience for you to see a great horseman demonstrating his equestrian skills.
Pardon?
I say she'll learn a bit if she sees me riding a donkey.
Oh.
This I have to see.
Now watch carefully, Tiddleup. Watch and learn. Maybe you can have a go afterwards. Excuse me, madam. For what reason are you holding that there strap?
In case the donkey runs away with you.
Well, I'd rather manage on my own if you don't mind. I am a naturally skilled horse rider.
All right, then.
Good. OK, Ned. Come on, Neddy. There's a lad. Come on, then. Come on! We're going into battle. Not going for a Sunday afternoon stroll. Get going! No, come back. Don't stall. Where's the brake? Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness, hold on, Mossop!
Here's the donkey, but where's Mossop?
Look!
I see the great Sir Mossop has returned to his castle.
Oh, come on, help me get him out.
Horrible tasting stuff, Sand.
Thank you for the riding lesson, Mossop. There was just one bit I couldn't see properly. I missed the bit where you dived headfirst into the sandcastle. Could you do that again, please?
This is certainly a much safer, if noisier, way of riding, don't you think, Mossop?
There's nothing wrong with my riding, Marjorie. Something wrong with that donkey, if you ask me. Still, I'm looking forward to the ride.
Yes, so am I. I think it's going to be great fun. Do you know, this is the first time I've ever been in... What did that man say it was called?
A landau.
That's right, otherwise known as a horse taxi. It's the first time for me, too. The only other taxis I've ever been in have always been cars.
Oh, this is much better than a car. I mean, you're going at the right speed in a landau, aren't you? You can see everything that you pass. And you can smell that lovely sea air.
I like the sound of the horse's hooves. Clip, clop, clip, clop.
Giddy up, horse, clip-clopping along. Giddy up, horse, as we sing this song. Clip-clop, clip, what a wonderful trip. In a horse-drawn taxi you can't go wrong. Buses and cars go hurrying past. If this was a race, then we'd surely come last. We don't care, we'll get there. In a horse-drawn taxi, you don't go fast. Giddy up, horse trotting down the street. Clip, clop, clip, go your twinkling feet. Clip, clip, clop, the sounds never stop. Riding in a landau is such a treat. Giddy up, horse trotting down the street. Clip, clop, clip, go your twinkling feet. Clip, clip, clop, the sounds never stop. Riding in a landau is such a treat. Yes, riding in a landau is such a treat.
Right, this way. This
Where
way.
are we now, Mossop?
This way. Keep going.
Mr.
Ready there.
Grimley, I think you've been here before.
Wait a
I
minute.
think now we're probably walking round in circles.
Admit it, Mossop. We're lost, aren't we?
Not lost, Montgomery. It's just that, according to my calculations, the pleasure beach should be precisely there. Unfortunately, as you can see, it isn't. There's something wrong with this map, if you ask me.
If you ask me, there's something wrong with your map reading. Let's have a look.
We should have got the landau drivers to take us all the way to the pleasure beach. Still, it was my idea to walk the last half mile, wasn't it?
Well, we've certainly done plenty of walking. What with Mossop's shortcut, we must have walked 2 miles at least.
All right, Tidlop. I must admit it wasn't a particularly shortcut, but it all looked very straightforward on this map.
It does look a very complicated map.
Once we get to the pleasure beach, we'll be all right. We'll have no trouble at all finding our way around there with this map of mine. It's much easier to follow.
Oh, yes, it's lovely, isn't it? Look at all the pictures showing us the ride. Yes, we certainly won't get lost at the pleasure beach with this to guide us.
We've got to get there first, though, haven't we? Using this map. Now, let's see. We've got to find out which street we're on. Now, somewhere there should be a sign with a name on it.
Ah, there you are. I was the first to spot it as usual. The name of this street is Laddies.
Laddies? What's up? That's ladies. That's not a street sign. Look, there's a street sign over there. Bold Street.
Bold.
Bold Street. Bold Street. Let's have a look. Bold. Got it. I've got it. Look.
Right.
We've just got to go straight down here.
Straight down there.
Turn left to the seafront.
Left to the sea.
Then straight down the promenade.
Down the promenade.
And we're at the pleasure beach.
Hooray!
Straight
Off we
down
go
there.
again.
Come on, then.
Left at the promenade. Then go. Hey, wait for me!
Oh, phew. I'm tired. How far is it to the pleasure beach now, Mr. Grimley?
Quite a way, I'm afraid. I know. Why don't we catch a bus?
Or better still, why don't we take one of those things?
Tram? Now, I must admit, that's much more fun. You can catch a bus any old time from home, but a tram's much more special. Do you know that Blackpool is one of the few places where you can still ride a tram?
I'll go and ask someone if that tram goes to the pleasure beach.
Oh, no need for that, Montgomery. It's pointing in the right direction, isn't it? Where else would it be going but the pleasure beach?
But Mossop, this tram could be going anywhere.
You worry too much, Montgomery. Of course it's going to the pleasure beach.
It's strange there's nobody else on this tram. I can't even see a conductor.
What's a conductor, Marjorie?
Oh, that's the person who takes your fares and gives you a ticket.
Oh, I expect he's upstairs. This is fun, isn't it?
Mossop, you remember what I said about the pleasure beach being straight down the promenade?
Yes?
I don't know if you've noticed, but we've just turned down a side street.
Oh, really? What? Pleasure beach?
No, tram sheds.
I'm terribly sorry. We seem to have got on the wrong tram by mistake.
Look at all those different sorts of trams.
Do you think we could have a closer look?
Not usually, but you're here now. Come on.
Oh, thank you. Come on. Goodness me, aren't they wonderful? I had no idea there were so many different trams. Look at this one, lit up like a boat. And look at the rocket.
And they all run on these railway lines, do they?
Yeah, tram tracks. And the power comes from the overhead line.
Well, I think it's a shame more places don't have them. Do you know, in the old days, lots of towns and cities used to have trams like this. Didn't I read somewhere that they were bringing them back into some towns?
Yeah, they're back in Manchester at the moment, and I believe they're going back into Sheffield.
Oh, but Blackpool's had them all the time, don't
Yeah,
I
all the
think
time.
they're
yeah.
wonderful. This one's my favourite. This ship here. Why is it decorated like that?
That's to match the illuminations on the promenade.
Illuminations? What are they?
Oh, illuminations are lots and lots of brightly lit up lights, Mossop. And the Blackpool illuminations are incredibly famous. We should go and see them, really.
Oh, I'd love to, especially on a tram like that.
Well, why don't we go tonight?
Oh, yes!
Oh, that would be great.
Greatly.
Yes. Oh, look, there's that tram that looks like a rocket.
No, Tiddle-up, it's a rocket that looks like a tram.
Now, this is the part of Blackpool's seafront that's called the Golden Mile.
Is it now? Well, I reckon they ought to call it the golden and red and blue and green and any other colour you can think of mile.
It's all very spectacular, isn't it?
Yes, and pretty too.
By heck, that's a funny-looking van, is that? Hey, and look! It's that there boat tram what we saw at the depot.
The Pleasure Beach! We got there in the end, then.
Oh, doesn't Blackpool Tower look wonderful when it's all lit up? My goodness, it's high, isn't it? Hickory-dickory-dock, the mouse ran up the clock.
It's just like fairyland, isn't it?
That it is, Tiddle-up, that it is. A right good idea of mine it was to come round the illuminations.
Oh, yes, Mossop. I thought it was my idea.
Yes, it was.
Was it? Well, whoever's idea it was a good, finest sight you ever could wish to see of these here illuminations. Don't you think so, Tiddle-up?
Oh, she's asleep. Still, it is late. She has had a very busy day.